right, man. Yes. What's going on? Let's bring this down. Got a massive breakout underway in Nike. A lot of people in the MFG were in that. I'm not in it. In all disclosure, but at about 10:15 today, I did get into Starbucks. Let's see where that closed. Breaking out above the 20-day moving average. So Fed talk today. If you were day trading, you probably noticed because it tends to drop real fast when the Fed starts talking. Did a little day trading of the TQ, but the trend is to the upside. Often when you have a strong trend, whether to the downside or to the upside, not with certainty, but often when you have such a phenomena, price and news shocks tend to recover in the direction of what was the primary trend because the market has probably already guessed what he's going to say. And it didn't seem to slow down technology stocks. The Federal Reserve did not raise interest rates, but they said we will. Hey, we're not going to raise them, but don't get excited because we will. We are. We're not, but we are. So they're going to play both sides of the game. This is the TQQ, which is a triple leverage version of the QQQ. Now, why would a person want to mess with such a thing that I may have to jump off of Instagram here? Hold on just a second, YouTube. Typing something, man. So the Federal Reserve talked a little while ago. They basically said that we'll leave rates the way they are, but we're going to raise them. It's kind of like you raise your hand to slap them, and then you don't really slap them. Hey! So then they just kind of get slap punched. They get nervous when you raise your hand. The money flow trading system is fractal. Fractal's a never-ending pattern. Fractals are infinitely complex patterns that are self-similar across different scales. They are created by repeating a simple process over and over again, an ongoing feedback loop. This is an ongoing feedback loop. Each one of these days represents one day in the stock market. This is a daily chart. So when we say fractal, listen, even people with limited intelligence, just like you can click that button and you could come down here, or me, and you could say 60 minutes and you could hit that button. And each one of these bars is 60 minutes. In other words, it's fractal in time. Time is very important in making money. If you haven't noticed, a mortgage has a certain number of times. They put it in months, right? So what I do as a trader, and what I came to believe many years ago, I wrote this book called The Money Flow. I didn't write it. God wrote it. It was actually just my trading plan, or the devil, I don't know. It was just my trading plan. I just kept writing on it. And then one day I said, man, I'm going to publish this, even though it's not very well written. In case something happened to me, my son would have it. That'd be great, right? Your dad's a famous trader, never shows you how to trade. Fuck around, dies in a car wreck, and you don't. They're like, man, you trade like you, and you're like, no, man, I work at Amazon. My daddy never told me how to trade. He never wrote it down. It was never in a book. Life worth living is a life worth recording. So a stage one is what we were going to talk about today. When I let my friends know, around 10:45, man, I like the way this Starbucks looks. I like the way my wife looks. She just walked in. All hot and sweaty, jean shorts, way too tight, by the way.
Yeah, right.
Tank top,
It's 100
a
degrees
tank top.
outside.
Not wearing any, trying to do a class, man. Oh, man, did this thing freeze on me? Let's see. Now, when I look at this pattern, if you've seen, they're going to try to jam me. If they try to jam me, YouTube, I'm going to cancel on. Hey, D, could you hand me that other phone? The other phone by the internet box? Don't touch the internet box. I'm gonna show you this pattern here. Sometimes we live trade. Well, I live trade every day. Okay.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Nico was supposed to stop by. Thanks, babe. And thank you for listening, man. 88 people on Instagram. I'm trying to pull up YouTube right now. A stage one is a fractal pattern. It's a zone, okay? And it's determined over several days or listen to this. Fractal, this could be an hour, so it'd be several hours. It could be a minute. It could be several minutes. Hold on, I'm trying to pull myself up on YouTube. Make sure you can. Okay, you can hear me. What's up, Steve? Now I can see who's on there, man. I ain't got a third monitor. I'm fixing to get one, man. Let's see. So this is a pretty good illustration of a fractal pattern. Now, of the money, the MF, the money flow. This right here. Now, this thing is organic. Or in other words, it's like in this ongoing feedback loop. In other words, it keeps coming every day, over and over and over. Unlike us, this thing will pop up here today, tomorrow, and it's going to print. And this is what you call a daily bar. You could maybe call it a candlestick. The top of it's the high, the bottom of it's the low. The tick to the left is where it opened, and the tick to the right is where it closed. This one candle, this one little piece in this ongoing feedback loop is telling you so much more than your mama taught you or your daddy. This is telling you so much more. It's letting you see into the soul, man. You're looking into the window of this box. It's here, and it kind of broke the box. Get into what a box is, you just have to take my word for it. But we poked out and closed near the top, and here's the good thing. Price has a tendency of going where it has gone before, and that's how you build out zones of resistance. And so I assume the trend's going to keep on going, whether it be up or down. And if it goes to break, I assume it's going to keep going. And so as I observe this, what I'm trying to wait for, me, little old GP, just poor little man from a trailer park in Arkansas. I didn't go to college, man. Let's see. I didn't go to college, man. I'm not an attorney, a lawyer, a CPA. Shit, I'm not even a licensed plumber. Can you imagine? I have zero license to do anything. But I do have eyes. I can't see. So I began to watch this, man, and I watched these charts, and the people that turned me on to these, I was telling the story the other day about the guy that turned me on to Freeport-McMoRan. So as I'm watching for this stage one, I'm watching for it to break out, and the breakout is the apex or the difference between the stage one and the two, and bam! That mofo explodes above the 20 period, not the period, 20 period moving average. In other words, if we're day trading, if you can handle it. Gerald, it's coming so fast. Let's see. No, I know you got to be places, man. But let's say you ain't got to be anywhere. I met a guy the other day, he ain't working. I'm like, you ain't working? Why don't you day trade? Well, I might lose. Well, you don't have to put any money on it, man. Just start doing it. Like, you only need money if you want to make money. So he's sitting at home anyway. So I'm like, well, there you go. That's stage one. RSI went extreme. We got an anchor point. Now we're building out a box. Look at that. And what I expect is this, man. I don't know. That doesn't mean I know where price is going. I'm saying these are just the rules of the way that I've decided to interpret price. And as what I define to be a stage one, which is just a zone of accumulation. Now, one of the things we did, if you paid attention today in our live trading room, as price went sideways, what did I say? Let me try to find an example. This isn't the right time period. It was around 1 o'clock if you go back and look. And I was saying, but in that instance, It just kept going sideways, guys. It didn't go down. It just kept going sideways. What was happening? You were witnessing, man, like the witnessing of a black hole or a star or a baby being born. You were seeing this stage 3 build out, man. And in real time, what would take an average Joe, man, I tell people, it takes about 2 years to learn the money flow, man, because it's going to take that fucking long to work through the charts. Jesus, if you bought Starbucks, if I was in Starbucks today on a daily chart, well, let's add this up, homie. So here's the last breakout. Hold on. Man, listen up, man. I'm trying to fucking help you. Oh, that was his first breakout. And that confirmation was the next day. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 days, 6 days, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 days to make the run. There's only 5 trading days a week, man. That's a month. Now, how long did it take these guys? How long did we run through it today? Let's see. Now, not stopped out in here. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5. What was it? Around 3:10. Just guessing here. 2 o'clock. Hour and 15 minutes. What it took this dude here 2 weeks to experience. Think on that for a second. What if you multiply that times a week, man? Times 52 weeks. How many money flow patterns have you seen, man? Man, I feel like Yoda talking to people who just aren't quite ready for the Force yet. Just not really there yet. Maybe you can't really handle this. It's too much. It's too much, man. Let's look at SoFi. I wonder if when Yoda was talking, if Luke Skywalker said, hey, I don't mean to change the subject, Yoda, but here's what you should talk about. Pick me. Driven by recursion, fractals are images of dynamic systems, pictures of chaos. Geometrically, they exist in between our familiar dimensions. Fractals are patterns that are extremely familiar. Are they familiar? Are you familiar with a stage 1? Now, what is this telling you right here, man? So if you're just looking at this now, and you had a friend say, hey, you think I should buy SoFi? You need to know your friend is one of the dumber people on planet Earth. Or he just doesn't know, right? So what's up, Joe? We never buy when the RSI is high. Never buy when the RSI is high. That makes sense? As a general rule. Now, that doesn't mean it can't keep going, man. I mean, you can run a red light and maybe nobody's coming. Doesn't mean you're going to get hit, but it's a good place to get hit. Does that make sense? And that's what you see, man. That's what's up when the RSI gets that high. And then it just really depends on what your plan was. If you think this is going to $20, maybe you don't do anything, but you damn sure don't buy anything. Or maybe you don't sell anything because you don't want a tax hit. Yeah, I might be. Now, I'm not a CPA, man. But what if I went and bought a put on this? I don't know. I don't even know what the prices are. I'm just saying, with a little education, you can think about things a little different. Maybe you don't have to sell it. Maybe you buy a couple puts on it. And if it just keeps going, good. You just bought insurance. If it drops, cool. You know? So if you thought this was going to 20, but you knew the money flow, maybe you would play that a little different, you know? You might be acknowledging, I actually think it's going to keep going, but I mean, it wouldn't shock me if it came down. You know, that's the pattern, stage 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so you play both ends, kind of like the Fed say, hey, we're not raising rates, but we're going to. Play both sides of the equation, man. A lot of ways to look at how you're playing. If it's a swing trade, you got to take the, you start taking money. You want to sell into strength, man, and buy weakness. So, and what I mean by weakness, not necessarily buy weakness, but as a general rule, if I'm a buyer, I'm just saying how I would look at it with the money flow. This is XLP. This is consumer staples stocks. Now, if I gave, I don't know, a child a crayon and I said, hey, let's draw these stages out. And I'm looking for the lowest low on these moves and then the highest high, and that's going to kind of help me connect the dots, so to speak. You know, like your mama used to do. When they'd sew, hey, let's paint by numbers. We can't paint, but let's paint a picture anyway. Let's hack it. Let's buy one of those geoheads from Walgreens and act like we're gardeners. The anchor point, price gets above the 5-day moving average. I got 4 bars. For me, that is the very definition of a stage 1. Meaning price sold off. There was a period of time where price pulled back. When it pulls back that RSI. Now, it doesn't have to. That's what we talked about today in our live trading room in there. We were seeing it happen. Price was going sideways. It was not pulling back. And after more than 5 bars, and now you're at 6 bars and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, you're like, shit. Well, the RSI is going to pull back from one extreme to the other, and you can get that pullback effect and price not go down. But in this situation, it did. And when it does, I'm looking for the same thing. I'm looking, one, for this moving average alignment. Where's the 20-day, where's the 10-day, and where's the 5-day? What direction are they pointed in? What is their alignment? If it's 20, 10, 5 alignment there and price is below, I assume it's going down. I assume it's changed. And now we're going this way. And I'm looking for it to go where it went before. Same on the way up is down, man. Everybody should go get my new ebook, man. It's pretty cheap, by the way, 27 bucks. It's a new ebook, man. I think it's like 30-something pages. So even you could finish it. You could put this on your list. The one book I did read. You only got to read one, I think it's like 1.5 pages a day over 45 days. So think of that. Not only is the book small, not only did not a very good writer write it, but you only have to read one fucking page. Between me and you, we could probably accomplish that. But each one's going to give you a different little thought, man. And then there's a little 2-minute message in there for me. We're going to start using the alpha code. Helps with this shit here too, by the way. So this is the cycle, and this is my ongoing feedback loop when I talk about in the definition that each day, and I'm just, the lines are drawn just to give you the example, but that price would flow like this. And so what I've tried to do is just catch on to the flow, try to figure out where we're at, and then just play to what that side should be, man. Or no. Let's check in on target. Starbucks headed that way, started moving up. The Fed pulled the market down real big. It was pretty obvious it was going back up. Let's look at the target. I know a lot of people are following it. I'm going to tell you what I don't like about Target, but today was your day. So check this out. First anchor point, right? Lowest low. And the reason I know that is the next day, it went up. That's it. That's it. Can't say that here. Can't say it here, 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 here. Here you can because of here. So now it's here. So the money flow, not me, man. I didn't write it. The universe did. That would tell me that if there is a bottom, it's there. Now, if it does this, it starts over. It's here. And then if it went down the next day, starts over. It's here. So I had a guy tell me, well, you can't buy the bottom. Bullshit. I can buy all of them. I might not buy the one, but I will buy that one and the one before it. So I guess it depends on how you look at it. But now watch this. You see how spread these are? My little nickname for that, broken family. It's just because it's easy to remember, man. You know. Because it can't go nowhere unless they come together, man. It's just the way it works, right? So if you look back on this Nike, look, man. It's just a fractal pattern. Look. They came together. Come together right now. And then what? Over me. Over me. Up it goes. Over me. It's over the box. That's the very definition of a... Now watch, man. Come on, man. Illuminati is not going to let me make it through this day. The Illuminati is seriously going to take me out, man. Is this the bottom? No. What about the next day? Well, we'll see the next day. No, starts over. No, starts over. No, starts over. Boom. Bottom? So far, yes. Next day. No. No. How many days we need for a box? 4. Counting the day. 1, 2. Is it no? Bottom? No. Bottom? No. And I would have people, now, no. Listen, you got to be able to count to 4. Okay? That's all you got to do, man. Even me and you can do this. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're a swing trader. That's all you got to say. So all I got to get you to do is look at the ongoing feedback loop. Down, down, down. Now, when this goes extreme, whether to the upside or downside, say it with me. Upside, downside. We all look. You get what I'm saying? Now you know that too. All you gotta do is pay the fuck attention and count to 4. Now, anchor, 1, 2, 3. There's 4. Is it above the 5-day moving average? Holy sheep shit. Looks like you bought the bottom of Nike. Now, before I'm taken out by the Illuminati or any other, it's been that way since we started, meaning I don't know where this stock is. I have no idea where this stock is going, guys. None. I have no idea. Fed sends a thing tomorrow, this thing collapses. They fucking outlaw shoes, Nike's going to collapse. If they make everyone buy 3 shoes because of this thing's going to go up. That's how it works, man. Taco Tuesday, we call it. Meaning we don't know. Sometimes people will say, well, why's this going down? And I will always respond with a smart-ass comment. And I know it's not appreciated, but I'm just trying to drive home the fact it doesn't fucking matter. Well, what's happening? Taco Tuesday. Stocks go down because people, I'm going to let you in on a secret. Stocks go down because people sell them. And they go up because people buy them. You now know everything I know about direction. But I do know this. It always comes together and price always breaks out above that green line. Once I learned that, I said, well, man, maybe I can make some rules behind that. You know, where do you put a stop? Where do you put a target? Where does price tend to stop? And I began to create out of that. So what I watch for and what I spend most of my time on isn't charts. Like, I mean, goddamn. Say it with me. 1, 2. Like, that's chart reading, guys. Chart reading is super simple once you understand the money flow. And what's crazy to me, the other day I'm talking to a guy who's followed me for a year, and he's like, I just can't get those charts. And I'm like, you can't count to fucking 4? Like, I didn't say that because it's usually not a good idea as when someone pays you to do a one-on-one to curse words at them. It doesn't get a repeat customer often. Now, maybe they might need that, but that's not the best way. Well, at least that's been my experience. The This stage one is the same as all of them that I look at. So if I'm looking at this or looking at, whatever, man. So if I'm watching Target, yeah, man, and we're buying on the stage one, now you might wait for the breakout. That's fine. Breakout's going to be up here. Breakout's going to take a minute. But if you look on here, Target actually broke this stage one. But man, into the close, that thing is so close. There's no way I would have let that stop me out, man. Next day it's up. You're adding. Now we're adding. So I would be building into this. You see how far apart? Listen up. Listen up, young Skywalker. Listen. Let me talk to you right now. Close your mind. Shh. Listen to what I'm about to say. Shh. Quiet, Kirby. Shh. Everyone listen. Do you see these moving averages? When they're this far apart. Listen. Shh. Brittany, shh. Listen. Listen. It can't go up. Not very fast. That signal is telling you it's going to take a minute. So it's probably going to run up a little, down a little, up a little. And what you're going to have is this here is going to build out. Up, down, up, down. So you're going to have time. So if you're smart, you're not doing the whole damn, I'm all it. Like, you're not doing that. You finesse this, man. Finesse it. It doesn't cost you anything. If you don't pay shit for fees, there's no reason to buy all your shares in one fucking click. And you watch it. And you get intimate with these things. And you don't look for a fucking filter. You look at your fucking charts. And you don't say, well, I don't have time. No, man. If you don't like it, if you don't like art, don't buy fucking paintings. Like, do something else. Okay? But I'm telling you, if you look at them like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, where's the box? Where's the 5? The thing, like, this is art, man. I told a lady the other day, I'm an artist. What are you? She said she was an artist. I said I was an artist too. What medium? Bars, charts. I'm an artist, man. I'm trying to draw this thing. My medium is money with money. Trying to take money and make money with money. It's art. I'm not trying to rush it. A lot of traders, they're trying to rush it, man. Some of them don't even have time to trade. That's the dumbest fucking thing I ever heard. Like, you don't have time to trade. That ain't you guys, though. See, sir, you just had a thought. I just gave you the secret to the fucking universe, and then you came in with your thought to add to the confusion. We couldn't let it sink in, could we? You had to tell me about some, well, the loincloth theory, or the stochastics of the thing, or the 2 years later, still trying to figure it out. Can't count to fucking 4. 2, 3, 4. Now it's going to move sideways. I don't know if it's going to go up, man, but watch. Watch. Reversal candle. Right? And then I'm going to get off, man. You guys that are my friends, don't bring up, like, the white cloth, don't give a fuck, bro, about the white cloth. Don't give two shits about that guy. I don't even know he was a real trader. That's in a fucking book you read somewhere. You never even seen that dude. That dude doesn't, he's never, I mean, That was from 60 fucking years ago. The uh I do kind of like Wyckoff though. There's a part of it where the boxes come from, and there's a dude named if you want to read some shit, go look at Darvis, man. There's a little bit of money flow in some of Darvis's work, but it's also nonsense. They're all fucking nonsense. One, two, three, four. We got an entry, stop. We got a breakout. Where's our target? Previous high. Where's the RSI? 70. So about in here, we're taken down. And we know when you get crazy far apart, alert. Same on the up, same on the down. Now what? Count to 4. 1. Next day's lower, right? So it starts to count. Now what? We're building out the 3. 3 is the one, man. He says, CVS can't catch a break. No, you're right about that. I doubt. Well, what do I know? We'll see if this anchor point holds. I mean, this is a buy and hold for me, so it's ride or die. Take her to 0. Dividend stock, they haven't cut their dividends, trading way below value, man. So I would definitely get into, but technicals, this is pretty violent down move. We got to wait on the confirmation. So confirmation will be if it breaks this. I'd be surprised, man. I'd be surprised, but it could. I'll stay with it, man. I'll ride it to 0. It's one of 80 stocks. I've owned it for 7 years. I'm actually still green in it. Last time I bought it, it was in the 50s. So I don't know, man. I have been shocked and disappointed too. It keeps going lower. I've also been building position in Walgreens, and that one has done. I got in a lot cheaper, and I'm playing the same thing. So as you know, I'll take my trading skills, and the way I do that in a buy and hold account is I tend to count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I buy stage 1s on these. And I just accumulate over time. Now, some people will use the phrase dollar cost averaging. That's not what, I don't see that as is, but I guess if you did it consistently on every stage 1, then yes, that would be technically might be what you would call it. I just call it adding on stage 1s. And I'll do that over time, and you'll see, if you own stocks 7, 8, 10, 14, 15 years, when they say, well, you can't buy the bottom, it's like, well, actually, you can. You're just kind of buying all of them, So I'm never buying when it runs up into here, same over here. I'm always trying to buy the bottom. And if I want to trim or sell some, I'm looking to trim and sell into strength. I mean, to me, that's just, not, and obviously, I'm not talking, there's life too, man. And like maybe you need money to do something, and you might do, there'd be, the guy said the other day, well, there is times to sell at a loss and to let a win. I'm like, yeah. I guess if you need to raise $5,000, I would rather raise $5,000 from losing stocks than from winning stocks. Now I guarantee you, most of you would do it the other way around. A lot of people will sell their winners and just hold all their losers, hoping the losers come back. And so think about if you had a football team, you go, well, let's just keep all the losers because they're cheaper and we can buy a lot of losers. And it's like, well, or you could keep your winners, the Tom Brady's, Amazons, and the whatever, and let them keep winning and keep adding to stage 1s. And if you need money, sell your shitty stocks and pay whatever you got to pay so you can keep all your winners and keep adding on stage ones. You know what I'm saying? That's a hard concept to get your mind around sometimes, man. People will want sell the one they, oh, I'm gonna sell this because it's done the best. And it's like, well, what if it keeps doing the fucking best for the next 5 years and you sell it and accumulate, So think on that too, man. Man, this AAP, that thing got hit hard, dude. I need to go read on that and see what's up because this is technical talk here, but fundamentals are a real thing. That is a big fucking drop. But same thing. So if he's in this, fucking money flow. Looking for the bottom. Is it today? Nope. What about the next day? Nope, 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 nope. This day is because that day isn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, above 5 day. Boom. Stage one. Stage one. Now, what did I mention earlier? Look how far apart those are. So what you're probably going to see is this is going to come back down and do this shit again and then maybe come back up in it. But I would go read on this. I don't know what the fundamentals are. Shit, maybe this should be a $50 stock. I don't know. I would run this through Morningstar and it may be something you add to your list, man. But this is how you get them. This is how you build out stock portfolios. This is what they do. They watch, they wait for times of opportunity. You wait for McDonald's to mess up. You wait for Amazon to mess up. You wait for a crash. You wait for a virus, whatever, plane crash, like the train derailment, gold crashes. That's a good chance to buy gold stocks. Oil crashes. That's when you get banks crash. That's when you buy Uber, like all these things. And then a lot of this circulates around the Federal Reserve and the news and the president and wars and fucking interest rates. And so as you're watching, playing out this game, make sure you separate your buy and hold stuff so that you actually do that from your swing trading, from your speculative shit to your day trading stuff. And make sure you're doing each one correctly. And make sure you deserve to be what the fuck you're doing. And stop being these guys trying to put as little time and as little money, as little effort into it like it's the last fucking thing you can squeeze in at the very fucking end of your day if you happen to have $2. And so if you treat it with disrespect like that, don't expect much from it, man. Market's going to give you what you get it. And so if you're like, oh, I'm fucking busy, well, then it's going to be too fucking busy to help you out when you need money. A lot of people mistreat it. So when you get to the end of your life and you're fucking broke, well, I guess you were too busy to worry about it. That's what's going to, so I really angers me because I hear people say that shit to me and it's like, maybe restructure some things. I mean, what the fuck, man? I mean, I know not most of you guys, but if you start getting those creeps in your mind, I'm here to remind you of that. Sorry, it's fucking inconvenient, but that's money, managing your own money, managing your own estate, managing your own little kingdom, renting your own properties is a huge, huge commitment, man. And it's going to override other things. And if you don't let it, don't expect something from it, man. And I think that the good thing there is if you don't have a lot in it, but you're willing to put in time, there's shit called sweat equity. But you're going to develop skills, timing, experience. So not having money is no excuse not to develop skills in the market, man. It's actually a pretty dumb reason. Like, seems like a good time to learn is when somebody else can pay for your mistakes. So what if you could just have lumber and a fucking skill saw and practice? That would be kind of fun. Would have saved me a lot of money breaking shit, going to Home Depot, not knowing what the fuck I was doing because I didn't know how tools worked and this and that. The thing about this is you can start and you don't actually have to have a lot of money. Play micro, you can play no money and just play, paper trade. But man, that's up to you, man, what you get out of it, man. It's also shit running all the time. Bitcoin runs on the weekends. There's markets at night. I'm not a big fan of that, but usually at night I'm reading about the market. So when the market opens, I don't have to read about the fucking market. I can just trade the charts and then at night I'll go back and read the news. So when someone says to me, why did this stock drop? I don't know, man. It just fucking happened. It dropped because people sold it. It went up because people bought it. I don't have time to read on it, man, if I'm watching a lot of things or doing other. This is more important right now than why, So That's the kind of, this is a filter, for me, man. Morningstar is a filter. I don't. Anyway, man, I'll holler at you guys. I appreciate everybody that comes in, man. This is a little class on stage ones, and I clearly explained to you how to see a stage one, so no one here should be confused, man. Go dig into that. If you don't have my book, get with it, man. Come on, come trade with us, man. Peace. All right, YouTube. I didn't see a lot of questions. As interesting, man. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's getting interesting. It's hard to know, because a couple of MFGers have been texting me personally about Nike. A couple people, and I didn't jump on that. And it's I was like, yeah, man, it looks beautiful. Like, look at it. I mean, fuck, you don't need, yeah. And so, let me see something. This, I know we're delayed on YouTube. What does somebody have on Nike, man? What is the? Trying to look. What's Morningstar got on Nike, man? And then we'll get off here. Just want to show something if anybody's new, man. Let me get signed in. I have a bad habit of doing it when I'm on fucking YouTube. That's terrible. I'm not in this. I know a lot of people, a lot of friends are. And good on you if you are. Yeah, dude, look at this. So they got a fair value of 138, man. And so just looking at standard money flow shit, if you were swing trading it, I mean, you expect it to go where it's gone before, right around in here, which is 125. And then you would have a money flow pattern, sideways up, sideways down. Obviously, buy and hold, you're probably in my mind, if I was doing that, it would just be accumulating here. Once it broke out, my work is done. This is the victory lap here. I let it run. But as a trader, if tomorrow this comes down like halfway in the bar, right around here, shit, I might start pressing the trade, man. Because once this breakout starts, I just assume it's going to keep going unless it literally takes out the box. If it takes out that zone, then that's a different conversation. But for me, that's how I view it. Every trade, no matter what it is, from Bitcoin to everything. Man, I appreciate you guys listening. If I can do anything, 138, appreciate you. I can do anything for you, just let me know, man.